Josh, from the first time you guys played Cam Newton, was it his running ability? Was it his ability to sell the fake? What gave you guys the most problems when you had to stop him?
I mean, just him being the athlete that he is. I mean, his running ability, he's a great thrower, and just a great all-around athlete.
Josh, it seems like when you play Auburn, it's the ultimate 60-minute game that obviously they can come back, I think, 8 of 11 times. What's it like mentally and emotionally going to a game thinking that you have to be ready even if it's 24-0?
Just knowing that we got to play every down our hardest, 100% the whole game. We can't let down in no quarters. When we come out in the second half, we got to be mentally prepared as we was in the first half and no downs.
Do you feel like there's an advantage to going up against Cam Newton for a second time? Everybody that played him this year, it's the first time they've seen him. Maybe they didn't realize he was as hard to tackle or didn't realize some of the things he can do. Is there an advantage this second time through for you that maybe the first time around you didn't realize certain things and this time you did?
Yes, I would definitely say, I mean, it's an advantage because just playing on the first time, we know how good of an athlete he really is, and we know what we need to do more to be prepared for him.
Josh, how has the offense, obviously from your perspective, just been helping the team this year, and how that's really helped in the last 3 games?
The offense been spectacular this year. I mean, they've been keeping us off the field a lot. Marcus been great. He's been great for us this year. I mean, you can just say he's part of the defense because he's been keeping us off the field a lot and just giving us less plays so we have more energy.
Josh, about Antonio Allen, he's really been playing well these last 4 games. Have you just seen a kind of more confident attitude coming from him in these last 4 games?
Yeah, Antonio, he's a confident guy. He's definitely one of the people on defense that get us up when we're down. And I mean, he's after his hamstring injuries since he's been back. I mean, he's been having a great contribution to the defense and helping us out a lot to win.
Josh, what about playing in the Georgia Dome on a neutral field? When you guys went down to Auburn, you got up on them early, but now that you're on a neutral field, do you think maybe that tips the scales in your favor just a little bit?
I wouldn't say that it would tip scales for us. I mean, it's a good thing that we're in a neutral crowd and they fans can help them to get back up when they're down. And I mean, I'm just glad it's going to be a neutral field and being in Jordan Hare Stadium. That was a good experience.
Josh, you mentioned Marcus earlier. I mean, a guy who comes in with credentials like he had in high school, could sometimes have a big head or think too much of himself. What was Marcus like coming in? Because it doesn't sound like he was anything like that.
Nah, definitely. He was a 5-star recruit, but he came in working hard like he was on the bottom of the depth chart. And that's something I admire about him a lot, that he's a hard worker and he's a humble person. He's not one of them guys that's just going to be talking about how great he is, even though he's having a magnificent season. But he's just one of them guys that's just a good team player, and that's what I admire about him.
Josh, you're one of the few teams left in the country still playing football. You're going to be on South Carolina's first team to ever play for an SEC championship. Is that, are you excited?
Yeah, definitely. It being my last year and being able to have the chance to make history, I'm definitely real excited to play this game.
Can you go a little bit further into that? I mean, considering the school's only won one conference title in 117 years of football, I mean, how much do you guys covet this opportunity to really make a great year, a very, very special year?
I mean, we're preparing hard for this game. I mean, we're gonna put everything into this game. just like every game we play, we're gonna put everything into it, and we're definitely gonna try to come out with a win this week.
Josh, the last few games of the season, especially right after the Arkansas game, you guys have made a lot of adjustments defensively, especially in the secondary. Talk a little bit about some of those changes and how you think those changes will play out when you play an Auburn team that ran and passed against you.
I mean, I just feel like we made a lot of adjustments as of just playing more man coverage and stuff, and just being able to put more men in the box, and just being able to just having the cover guys out there that can cover different receivers and also play in the box.
Josh, there's a lot of talk about Newton, obviously, but how much do you think Steven Garcia has improved since the Auburn game that you guys played?
Steven, I feel like he's been playing real good since the Auburn game. I mean, he hasn't turned over the ball too many times, and he's just been making good throws and smart throws, and just keeping the ball in our hand.
Just to follow up on that about Garcia, talk a little bit about your impressions of him in the game against Clemson, where they stopped Marcus, which I'm sure was their initial thing, and yet he was able to do some things. Even though his stats weren't great, he seemed like he was managing the game very well.
Yeah, that's what I think he's been managing the game this whole year pretty good, and I mean, he's already a good playmaker, and that's the good thing about having him in Lattimore. When Lattimore is not being as productive, he always can come in and make some big plays for us too.
Anything else for Josh? All right, thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.